Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Voice of the Republic podcast, Roundtable special. And yes, it's round, not square. Um, Today we are very short in staff. They've all decided to just go to bed early. Shame on them. No, I'm kidding. Some of them are working, some of them are sleeping, some of them are just cuddling with Tehao. We can
And
all
then
agree
there's
that
me
one.
who's always here.
Yes, of course, joining me tonight is the one and only Jordan, and I mean literally the one and only.
Hello there. I'm always here, so that's a plus.
It's like we've got you tied to a pole.
No, I've on the contract it says 20 more years. Can't miss anything.
20 years. Okay, so you might be longer. You might be here longer than any of us.
Yep. So,
Just sitting in a dark room.
well, I'm just like hosting the show. Like this potato has mold on it now.
I remember when this potato didn't have mold in it. But yes, we are here to review Star Wars Rebels Fight Fight or Flight. Yes, that title really confused me at first
Yeah,
because yeah, it was just like what. Now I am aware that a lot of people have already seen the latest one, which is Rise of the Old Masters, but we'll be reviewing that
I
as
haven't even
usual.
seen that yet. I was gonna watch it, but
As
haven't
usual, we'll
had
be
the
watching
time.
that next week. Yeah, people get too far ahead of themselves, don't they?
Like I thought it was out Thursday, Disney XD, and now Rise of the Old Masters is out as well. I haven't watched a single episode on TV just because they're always leaked online first.
Yeah, well, it's that app thing that just decides to give you it whenever you want. It's like you want Star Wars Rebels now? Well, here you go. Um,
You want? I wish it would work the same for Star Wars 7.
yeah, you want Star Wars 7 now? Well, here you go. Um,
Oh,
but
Jar
no.
Jar Binks, great!
But yes, so the latest Star Wars Rebels, which I know I know I just watched it, and I know you just watched it.
Yes,
Um,
correct.
so at
You
least
wouldn't care.
we've got it fresh in mind.
Yeah, we can remember every little detail.
Well, not every little detail because I've already forgotten what that fruit was called.
Um, the Saturday, help me here.
Yes, so we've got it fairly fresh to mind.
Yeah, fairly. Oh
Fairly.
wait, I forgot. I forgot. The main character names. Oh, what was it? Hezra. Aladdin, no,
Bedra, was it? No, no.
no, it couldn't. Oh yeah, it was
It was Sabrina.
Copper.
Sabrina.
No, I don't. Yeah, it must have been Sabrina. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But yeah, um, so this was actually quite of a interesting episode. I suppose it was a bit like um, a usual Rebel episode. They steal something, they run, and they hope they succeed. um, but yeah, I mean, I quite enjoyed the episode. Of course, you can't tell that Ezra's got any crush on Sabine.
Definitely not.
No, none at
Like it
all.
wasn't blatantly obvious.
Of course not. Why would they do something like that? Why would they make it blatantly obvious?
The one I don't know. I loved the bonding with Zeb and Ezra, but I somehow think it may have been pictured too soon.
Yeah.
Like I thought they should have gone at least half a season or even a full season of them not liking each other.
It's like, yeah, I don't like you. Oh, look, we're best of pals now. Let's all dance in
We're,
between us.
we're best pals because we stole a piece of fruit and a ship.
a piece of fruit we can't even remember the name of.
Why did they even need the fruit? I forgot.
Hera wanted it.
Why though? Like, what She just want to eat it. She puts two of two of them in danger so she can eat a piece of fruit.
Well, they seem to handle themselves fairly well. Um,
Apart from Zeb almost falling and dying off the building thing.
Zeb looks very awkward when he runs. I don't know if it's me.
Yeah.
It's like it's like he can't run. It's like he's trying his best, but he can't. Um, and of course, the Tie Fighter was pretty cool. The fact that he went and took the Tie Fighter with him.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna steal the Tie Fighter, and he did. Um, but yeah, that was very interesting. What did you think of the episode?
Thought it was pretty good. It wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was anything too special, anything that blew it out of the park, but the dialogue has improved.
Yeah,
That like Hera didn't really have much of a role. You can tell she's the mother role in this. She's organising everyone, telling them what to do, caring, So her Kanan didn't really have much of a role, but he, they didn't really grow on his character. But I'm hoping that's coming soon. Chopper was funny as always.
yeah. The it, there was a bit of old dialogue in a sense. When he's like, "This isn't the Tie Fighter you're looking for."
Oh yeah,
That was I was just like, "Wait, what?"
that's obviously there, there for a reminder though.
Yeah,
No,
just in case any of us forgotten.
yeah,
Um,
we all forgot episode 4. It's not important anymore.
I suppose this episode was kind of a bit of a an episode just to show a bit of relationship in between Ezra
Yeah,
and Zeb, because I mean that's really the only two characters that heavily featured in that episode.
yeah.
I suppose in a sense, Kanan doesn't. Kanan doesn't want to sort of rush with the training. So I mean,
Although
if
to be honest,
yeah,
in the last few episodes, personality-wise, the ones that have stood out more is Ezra and Zeb. So it would have been nice if have this episode, but a little later, and have a couple of episodes
yeah,
like dedicated to Kanan and Sabine. Sabine's probably the one we're in the dark most about. We know next to nothing about her
I
personality.
think Sabine's character will remain a bit dark and
Yeah,
later in the season, possibly. I mean, I suppose it's always good to have at least one character that we don't sort of know about too much. And I suppose at the end of the day, we don't know a lot about. Well, we do, but we don't know a lot about Kanan either or Hera.
yeah. The the kind of so far they've played kind of side roles.
I mean, Zeb. We've found out sort of a bit of Zeb, and we've found out his past. Obviously, with that fight with Agent Callus and everything. We've found out about Ezra. Um, all about him and everything. So I expect in the next few episodes, or at least this season, we'll get a few of the other main characters
Well,
introduced.
I think the rule is they've got to introduce all of them before they do anything else. In my opinion, anyway, I want to know who I'm watching, and I want to care about all of them. It's like, say if they're late, early season 2 something, they're in a dire situation that they think they can't get out of. If they haven't introduced me to half of them, if they died, I wouldn't care. And
Yeah,
so, so if I'm just hoping they introduce them within the first season, early first season.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, and at the beginning when Chopper sort of was there with Ezra, and Ezra was trying to use the Force, and then Chopper just pretended to lift the bowl up with his hand, sort of.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think Chopper and Zeb are kind of the comic relief in Rebels, and this proves that Jar Jar that they could have had comic relief in episode 1 without Jar Jar.
Yeah, and I mean, I expect Chopper to be the sort of the character that keeps everyone motivated in a sense.
Zeb's also, but if if anyone's personality grabs you the most, it's Chopper's and Zeb's.
Yeah,
And
well, I think
Chopper hasn't even muttered a word of English because he's a droid, and he grabs you more than most of the others. So
I think Zeb prefers to keep himself to himself in a sense because I mean, well, obviously it's rebellion. I mean, most of them have suffered something, but I think Zeb sort of still a bit haunted about his past, especially since we recently had that fight with Kalis.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, we don't really know about Sabine. I mean, we'll get that, and I'm sure we'll get her. And I mean, looking at a few preview clips that we've gotten from the next episode, Rise of All the Masters, it might bring out Kanan a bit more as well. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. I want to know if Sabine was born on Mandalore or if she just accepted the Mandalorian cult, because that would be
Uh,
interesting to find out.
it
Do
would
we
be
know yet?
interesting.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if we know, but it would be interesting to find out about Sabine. Yeah, I suppose if she took on she took that on as sort of a rebel's religion in a sense.
Yeah, because I'm not joking. Like they could kind of pull. Oh, she is born on Mandalore, by the way. They could. I think it'd be interesting to see if we kind of saw her like, because she's obviously away from Mandalore, like, and she's worrying about her homeworld, and then we kind of get to see it, and they're suffering, and like, because Mandalore has a great name, they're warriors, and we see that the Empire is taking this away, and they're embarrassed, and I think that would be something cool that they could possibly explore, or
Definitely, yeah,
something similar to that. But
yeah, yeah, definitely. Be interesting to find that out. And Kenny's put that he um thought it was another great episode this week. There was some intense moments. Um, a lot of humor and sad moments as well. He gives it an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, I suppose it's still early to judge Rebels in a sense. I mean, I know we're quite into it in a sense now, but it's still too early to
yeah,
to really say a lot about Rebels because I mean, I suppose when we start to get the the backstory about each character, then we'll get to know the characters more. By season two, we'll be able to bond maybe with the characters more. But um,
I think it's probably going to work out similar to Ahsoka, because if you remember when the
yeah,
Clone Wars was first released, oh, we hate Ahsoka. Oh, they've ruined Star Wars. They've ruined Star Wars. She's a piece of crap, blah 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 blah. And then by the end, when she leaves in season 5, almost everyone was in tears. So
yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
cried.
I'm hoping we get something similar to that. So if one of them do die or have to leave or something, that we feel emotionally attached to the character.
Yeah, I mean, it's rebellion. Um, Something could happen. I mean, um, the Imperial Security Bureau is obviously something that we have possibly read about, um, but in a sense, we haven't really seen what they're capable of. And I mean, with people like the Inquisitor and even Kalis, I mean, even though he might be at the very bottom of the pit, he's still a strong character to be at the very bottom of the pit.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
yeah, and I mean, we've got some strong enemies in Rebels, and it wouldn't surprise me if one of the main characters got killed off at some point.
Um, I don't know. I kind of want to agree with you, but at the same time, we've got to remember this is a children's program, so I don't know if
Yeah, but wasn't Clone Wars a children's program?
But it was aimed for a slightly older audience, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Clone
but
Wars was kind of
again, this is sort of going back to the old, oh well, since it's on Disney and since it's on Disney XD, it's going to be a kids
oh
program
no, I
for,
don't
for kids.
I'm not disputing that, but like look at the Clone Wars. Did you ever see a major character die?
No,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they're really gonna kill a major character. They'll probably introduce some side characters that could die. Kalos might die at some point, which he is a main character. But then again, they have to die at some point. But
we're going to get some intense lightsaber battles in between Inquisitor and Kanan and Ezra, most probably. And I mean, I suppose you're right. We're just at the beginning, and if Filoni does the same as the Clone Wars, and we go 6, 7 seasons, we're just at the beginning of the ladder. Um,
yeah.
and if we're just at the beginning of the ladder, we don't know who's to come, what's to come, who's to go. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely. Like the Clone Wars, I'm not. I hate to compare them, but it introduced some main characters in season 2 and 3. If you think back, so
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're going into what essentially is one of the darkest, or one at least the dark era in Star Wars, and I mean, I suppose after Order 66, there was sort of a loss of hope. What had been the
yeah,
Jedi for thousands of years gone. Um, the clone army had turned to the Empire sort of thing, and now we've got this big empire and a tiny rebellion that the whole empire, in a sense, could probably just destroy in a blink of an eye if it sent everything at it.
yeah.
Unless, of course, they've got a hole in their Death Star and it gets blown up in that case.
Too soon, too soon. But I want to see a lot of suffering in a sense, so we can care about the rebels' cause. Like
Well,
so.
I
We've
mean,
already seen some,
the
but
rebellion is trying to keep the hope alive. I mean,
yeah,
it's what I debated with sort of changing subjects. It's what I debated with someone um, on uh, on the Geeks of the World Unite page quite a long time ago, and it was um it was about what happened when after Return of the Jedi, when the Death Star was blown up, the Emperor had gone, Vader was dead,
oh yeah,
etc.,
I saw that.
etc. That, there was bound to be sort of believers on other planets that were keeping the Empire alive, sort of thing. And it's the same with
Yeah,
Star Wars Rebels in a sense. There's groups of people trying to keep an alliance, a rebel alliance together, which is what would be the remnants of the Galactic Republic in a sense. Which is now obviously essentially overturned by the Empire. So, I mean,
yeah,
the rebels are capable, but
yeah.
I mean, we're jumping in 5 years before, and you hope so by this time, what all the mop up that happens after Order 66 and all the hunting down of the Jedi, etc., has happened. And that's essentially probably been the darkest part of it. So we're sort of coming into, no pun intended, but a new hope.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see, like Dak, and you know what Dak is, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like to see like how Dak came to join the rebels, because obviously in Return of the Jedi, Admiral Akbar and all of the Mon Cala people are like with the rebels and leading them, and I I think that would be interesting to see if possible as well.
We'll most probably see how a lot of the rebellion formed together. Um,
Yeah, I'm
and
almost pretty sure we're going to see Admiral Akbar at some point.
it's a trap. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how off track we've gone there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I suppose this episode sort of showed that even though people are losing hope and just seeing the empire taking over everything, there's still a cause to fight back for. And I mean, I suppose that farmer who stood up for himself, even though he did get his house partially destroyed,
Yeah, I would have
sort of,
liked. I know it's dark, but I would have again liked to see the Empire kill the prisoners
yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't see why they needed to keep them prisoner. What worth did they have to them? Like I just can't.
I suppose slave your camps and stuff like what we saw in Kessel.
Yeah,
Um,
everything's a possibility, but then again, we don't know because it's behind the scenes, so we'll never know what was intended for them.
no, but yeah. So and of course that Tie Fighter. Whatever happened to it?
Oh, we crashed it on purpose.
Now the look on Ezra
Yeah.
and Zeb's
Oh, I
face,
know. I know. That's what I said. That's why I said that. Yeah,
the look
they've
on their
stored it somewhere.
yeah, or they've given it to the farmer.
I'm pretty sure something like along the lines of, well, Ezra had to have had somewhere to sleep or live, so he may have some kind of old hideout. So it's a
Possibly,
possibility that
possibly.
because I can't because he doesn't look like he's been sleeping on the streets or sleeping rough.
No,
So
well, no, he had that. He had that. He was living in that tower.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that possibly I forgot about that.
So yeah, he could essentially have somewhere else.
Or gave it to a friend like the farmer, but
But yeah, and of course the Tie Fighter helmet.
yeah, I've got that one.
Oh, but this one's special. Sabine can paint it.
Why can't you paint it, you lazy?
I love the drawing Sabine did.
Oh my god, yeah.
It looked like little kids almost.
I know what was wrong with Zeb on that drawing.
He had like a huge mouth, just spread out.
I like every time Zeb goes to punch Ezra and misses.
Yeah.
Like he dived.
Oh, okay. We seem to have lost Jordan there, which is very awkward. Um, we will try and get him back for you. Um, but yeah, it looks like Zeb must have been overseeing him, not wanting him to talk. But yeah, um, we will do our best to get him back for you as soon as we can. But what did all of you think of Star Wars um, Rebels Fighter Flight? If you're in the chat, then do comment and tell us what you thought of it, and we will read it out for you, of course. And yeah, um, we will await your answers. Um, this was unexpected. I never expect to be left on my own. Um, but yeah, so if you can comment what you think of Star Wars Rebels while he is gone, and while we try to catch him back, any thoughts or any points you want to make up, please do tell us in the chat. Um, yes, um, hopefully we can get him back anytime soon. If not, we will just end this episode. Um, so yeah, so start. Obviously, it was personally I thought it was a good episode. Sort of good and bad points in it. I did quite enjoy some of the humor and um, the way that Zeb and Ezra sort of had that bond together. Of course, there's still a lot to see from them, I hope, because they make a good little team in a sense, and they seem to have a lot of banter together. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I liked this episode quite much. Again, I'm not gonna lie off from the 7 mark. I'm gonna stay around the 7 mark out of 10. I'm still waiting for that special thing. Um, but it's definitely improving episode upon episode. And yeah, hopefully that will go well. Yeah. It doesn't look like we're getting Jordan back. So we might need to say goodbye for tonight. So but yeah, so there's not really much more to say. I I could just keep talking, but I've got nothing to talk about. Yeah, this is fun. I love technical errors. But yeah, so from me and from the departed Jordan, whose internet decided not to want to cooperate with him. This has been the Voice of the Republic podcast. Um, and until next week, we shall be back then. And don't forget to join us on Friday on channel 1138 for our weekly show. So, goodbye, my friends.